Hello. So I'm going to use this video to go over how to use a polar array, and um, it's always useful to do stuff within the context of something real or something practical. So I'm going to do this practice part from this packet of practice inventor parts that somebody put on the internet many years ago. Technically, it's for inventor or meant for inventor, but you can do the vast majority of the things in AutoCAD as well. It's just sometimes a little clunkier or sadder or whatever. So essentially what we'll do is I will draw this pattern here and then array that around itself and then do some finishing, like putting in the chamfers, or not chamfers, the fillets and all that. So to start, we're going to do, whoops, lost my place, there we go. We're going to do a circle with a diameter of 40. I'm going to do another circle with a diameter of 32. And then I want a little arc here. Go there. My ortho tracking is set to 30 degrees, which makes that a little bit easier. Let's get rid of this friend right here. And honestly, that one. And now we're going to draw in another line from here to here that has a radius of 23. Thank goodness he gave us all these dimensions, because this would be really sad otherwise. So I'm going to use my arc command, go from there to the end there, and then I'm going to define my radius as 23. There we go. Now I can start trimming and getting rid of all of this other stuff that I don't actually care about, like that. Before I array it, I'm going to join all of these. Nice. And now I'm going to start my polar array. I was going to say, which object do you want to do? I'm going to say that one. And then it's going to say what kind? I'm going to say polar. And then it's going to ask me to specify the center point. So I want to be careful here. And I'm going to only let it give me the center of this circle. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's giving me 6 items. I can see that up here. That is the number that I ultimately want. I could also specify the degree between them. So if I made this 40 degrees between, that would change the number. But because I've changed, oh no, it doesn't change the number. It leaves the number as it is, but it's just packing it into a smaller distance. You can also do rows. So you can say, let's say I want 2 rows of this. So it's going to do basically a second layer of the same thing, and it's going to continue to rotate them as well. And you can also have levels. And you can see, let's give that like a 25. And you can see that there's different levels there. I don't know why you would actually use these. Like, I haven't come across an application where those were useful, but it's an option and you should know about it. Let's go back to 1 row and go back to our top view here. So now I have this thing that I can start to use to create the this ratchet wheel that I was creating. So something to note is that this is still an array, which means that if I try to do something like trim things away, it's going to go, you can't do that, it's an array. So in order for me to edit it, I have to explode it. And the sad thing is that once it is exploded, you no longer can treat it as, they no longer can go back to being an array. So once you've exploded it, you're done. It is not an array anymore. But let's go through, get rid of all these bits and pieces that I don't need. Let me see if I can join all those parts together. I'm guessing no. Oh, look at that. I could. How cute. And this corner here wants to be a fillet with a radius of 0.5. Nice. There are macros that will let you do this faster. I don't use them enough to make it practical for me, but if this is something that you're going to do a lot, absolutely learn the fast things. Okay. There's that. Is there a radius on the inside edge? It doesn't specify one, but TBH, there is one, so I'm just going to do that again. I'm going to say multiple. Oh, how dare. Don't do that. That is so weird that doing the multiple command made it go the opposite direction. It turned an innie into an outie. That was sad. That's okay. Again, if I was doing a bunch of this, I would absolutely change it. I'm not, so I'm not going to deal with it. So there's that. I can extrude it. It's supposed to be 6 millimeters thick. There is a center thing, or a through hole that is a diameter of 6. I'm just going to make that longer than it needs to be. Drop that in the center. Subtract. Oh, hang on, I should save that because there's a part that sticks out a little bit. It has a radius of 12. Oh, that is so interesting. Okay, so it sticks out and it is inset on the other side. So it also has a radius or a thickness of 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that. I'm going to move this from here to here. I'm going to extend this face a little bit. I'm going to move this one into the middle. Get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of the hole in the middle of this one. I'm going to put this in place, smack dab here, so it perfectly lines up, but then I'm going to move it up 1. And I'm going to join them. There we go. Look at that. And there's that part. There it is from the top view. I'm going to rotate it into the same orientation that appears on the sheet. Put it in the middle of that part. And let's see if it looks exactly the same. Heck yeah, it does, within reason. Because this is actually an ortho or an ISO and the other one isn't. So anyway, wait a second. The other one is an ISO and this one isn't. It's fine. I hope that was helpful. And if you have further questions, by all means, feel free to ask. Have a good one.